What's up, man? It's your big brother K Reno. I want to shout out to my homie Kofi from Kofi's Universe. Y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel and support everything he got going on because he be dropping that knowledge. Yeah!
Crazy. But you had a lot of full circle moments too, because you won a talent show as the golden child over the Jay-Z Dead Presidents.
Yes.
And then you ended up actually meeting Jay-Z, years later.
Yes.
You talked about that meeting, like meeting him at the Novo in LA with Emory Jones and your man Black. Can you talk about that whole experience, how it happened?
So I go bump into my dude Black from my uncle Duke. We out in LA. So we go bump into Black because he live in LA. He got businesses and stuff in LA. So my uncle introduced me to Black and we go about our business. So, you know what I'm saying? I end up having a show at the Novo about a week later.
Okay.
And Jay, that's when Jay was kicking it with Conway, when Conway broke down.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't eaten that day. So me and my homeboy Chase Fetty, shout out my boy Chase.
Yeah.
I tell Chase after I get off performing, I'm like, bro, we need to go backstage. I didn't feel like I'm about to pass out. So we go to the dressing room, but we don't actually go in the dressing room. We just standing out there in the hallway. And then I see Emory and Black come around the corner, and then I see Jay.
Mm.
So I'm looking at Black like, damn, why he look so familiar? But then when I see Emory, I know Emory face too, but I sound kind of out of it, so it ain't dawning on me yet. Now I see Homie. I'm like, man, I look like Homie. I'm like, damn, that is Homie.
Yeah.
And while I'm like trying to process what's going on, he walk up on me and he say, Mr. Boldy James.
Wow.
He say, man, you have an incredible pen. He say, your new shit, all I've been listening to.
Mm.
He dapped me up. And then he went and took a picture with Rock Marciano. So I'm looking at Chase like, bro, I know I told you I'm out of it, but am I tripping? He like, nah, you not tripping. That really just happened.
Wow.
And only thing I could tell Hov when he said what he said to me was, that type of validation right there, that's all I do it for. Crazy.
But
YouTube, salute. All right, y'all. So Boldy James, he did an interview with Brian B. Miller on his podcast Cover Lines. Check it out when you get a chance. He's been having some good artists on there. Ransom was on there like a couple of months ago. That was a real good interview. Currency. So check that out when you get a chance. But Boldy James receiving flowers from Jay-Z. I love it. I love it. I love when the hip hop pioneers give the current rappers today they flowers and bigging them up, letting them know, like, man, I'm listening to your shit too. Like, just because I'm Hove, just because I'm over here in the Maybach while with my wife Beyonce on tour and my children, I'm still bumping music. I'm still keeping my ear to the street. That's beautiful, man. And Boldy James actually said twice in two songs. One was on Maria. That was on a Versace tape that came out in 2020 when he said, met Hove at Club Novo. Man, this shit on the floor. Might not know you're one man, but I know who I pose to know. I was at that concert. Griselda performed the first week in March. I think it was like March 6th, 2020, because it was a couple of days before the pandemic happened. And I was there. I wasn't backstage. Of course, I wasn't backstage, but I remember being at that concert, whatever. That was a dope ass concert. And if you want to check out the footage of that concert, I did a video on my channel about the concert. So check that out when you get a chance. Go to the concert playlist. But also, Boldy James, he mentioned Hove again. He mentioned Hove again on Photographic Memories. That album was on the Bo Jackson album that came out August 2021. When he said, never forget a face, Photographic Memory. First time I met Jay was at Novo with Black and Emory. Run my hood. So this shit, proceed my reputation. You already know what's understood. Don't need no explanation. Where we at with it. Yeah, man. See, you know what time it is. He, giving props to Hove. But it's beautiful to see Boldy James received his flowers. He dropped 7 albums this year. 7 albums he dropped this year already in 2025. He has his 8th album coming out on July 11th with Nicholas Craven. Boldy James is going to work. He's going to work this year, y'all. He is putting it down. I love it. He said he's not going to be sitting on music no more like that. We know he was in a car accident in 2023, and I'm glad, he's recovered and he's still living. That's a blessing in disguise for his family and for his destiny. But I'm glad like he said, I'm not sitting on the music no more. Like he said, it's because it gets dated, and that's true. You don't want your music being dated, man. Release that shit. That's how I try to tell these artists, man. Release that shit. Meek Mill sits on too much music. Meek Mill probably got like 5 to 10,000 songs saved, ready to go. And it's not good to sit on music because you don't know what can happen. Look at RZA. RZA sat on all those songs back in the day that was on a floppy disk and on DATs, and look what happened. Inspector Deck album got lost. You Got album got lost. It got destroyed in the flood. Excuse me. They had to re-record Method Man's To Cal album. All that stuff. Like Ghostface Killer, he had a project he was working on, but that got scrapped, and they started all over with the Iron Man. They had so many beats for the next Wu-Tang album. They had to do that all from scratch again. It was a lot of stuff they had to do from scratch. ODB album, they did that album in a couple of days because he just got in the booth like forget it. I'm gonna do like a Richard Pryor. But no, going back to Boldy James, he's right. Let's get this music out. That's what I respect about Rock Marciano when they knock out projects, or you see like a 38 special, he'll knock out some projects and release it to the people. Ransom is another artist. He's gonna release music. He's gonna release music. Currency releases music. You see what I'm saying? So this I love when the artists do that. Just get it out there. Dave East is getting music out this year. Dave East released 2 projects already this year. He released a project with Ransom. That's dope. The Final Call. Check that collab album out. And Fine Dining with Young Chris. Dope project. Just release the music. Black Thought is sitting on music. He needs to release some music. That's another person that needs to release some music. Black Thought needs to release some music, y'all. But the Flowers, Boldy James, you have Flowers over here from Kofi Universe. I mean, I listen to Boldy James when I'm in the gym, when I'm in the car, when I'm running 5, 7 miles plus. Boldy James, yeah, he that dude. He that dude. He can be your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support, donate to the channel. I have Patreon. Patreon.com/Kofi Universe. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Till next time, salute.